All right. I'm sitting here with Avalon Roberson and Herald Switzer, children of Fred and Ora Switzer. And so this is an interview that I'm conducting. I want to ask, the first question I'm going to ask is, what was it like growing up in a house of Ora Switzer and in Nicodemus as a child?
Well, it was a lot of fun. We grew up that my mother and them, they were strict on us now, but they didn't mind using the strap on us. And we would have fun, and we worked out in the yard. We had chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, and Mom and them had about an acre of land where we'd raised garden. We'd have potatoes and carrots and beets and string beans and anything that you want to eat out of the yard. That we used to plant that, and we always had plenty of food. And Mama, she worked out of the house sometime after we got a little bigger, and we would go out in the yard and kill 3 or 4 chickens, and we'd pick them, and we'd have fried chicken. Mama always was a big cook, and we never went hungry. We always, during the hard times, we always had plenty of food. In fact, my mother, she fed Nicodemus. Whenever they wanted food, they'd come to Ora Switzer's house. They'd call on Mama all the time, and I used to say, why do they call on Mama all the time? Even if somebody got sick, they'd come and get Mama. But she had her restaurant, but us kids, we worked together, and we'd fuss and fume at each other, but you better not touch none of them, because the other one would be right there to whip you if you did. But we loved each other, and we was taught to love each other. And my daddy, he kind of was on the sickly side, but I used to drive the tractor when the wheat time come, and I used to ride the horses to go gather bring the cows in, and we had cows. I don't know how we had a lot of cows. We milked, and we gathered eggs, and we learned the country life, and that's how we can make it here in the city, because we know how to raise a garden,
right?
And we know how to do a lot of things that city children didn't do. And but we had a good time together. We'd fuss and go on, but we yet loved each other.
All right. Uncle Harold?
I had it on the tip of my tongue, and not it left me.
What was it like? Did you do harvesting with Grandpa?
Yeah, we would do harvesting, wheat, corn, mallow, maize in the summertime, and then we'd have
Well,
shuck corn. Shuck corn.
Shuck corn. We'd get maybe 30 bushels a day, or 40 or 50, and that was pretty good money. It was about enough to last us all winter. We could make roasting-ears and cook it, and then.
Did you ever get in trouble by Grandma?
Huh?
Did you ever get in trouble by Grandma?
Well, not too often. I didn't stay in the house that much. I say we didn't know we weren't having fun. We were having a ball.
You were having a ball, okay.
I got a good whipping.
Well, tell us about, there's one story that I remember you used to always talk about the geese. Some geese that you end up running over.
Oh, a duck.
Or the duck.
Mom and them had that old T Ford, and they left the keys there, and I didn't know how to drive. I had never drove before, and I got in the car and trying to learn how to drive, and I didn't know what gear was in. I just put it in gear, and we had a great duck. And I put it in gear thinking I was going forward, and I shot backwards, and I run over and killed the duck. And boy, when Mama got home, and she really got on us, but she made me pick all the feathers off that duck, and it's something to pick feathers off a duck. You have to get your water boiling hot and then dump it in there, and them feathers is hard to come out. But I had to pick those ducks off, and then we had cows and pigs, and they would kill a cow and hang it up in the granary, and in the wintertime it'd be frozen, it'd be cold. And they'd have pigs, and Mama would take her knife and go out there and cut them steaks off of there and come on back and fix a big meal. We didn't have to worry about eggs, meat, and nothing, because we had everything that we needed right there out there on the farm.
Mm.
Yeah, those are some fond memories. I think about that.
Okay. What did homecoming? What was it like on homecoming weekends at growing up in Nicodemus, Uncle Harold?
Well, it was great because we had so many things to do, and we were so excited about our kinfolks coming into town. And we'd get to see and roam dance with them, and they'd ask us things, what to do this, how to do that, and the main thing, we had a couple of old goats. We'd put them on. The first thing we'd do, we see the friskiest kid there, we'd put them on the goats and let them ride them, and they would ride them, and the goats would throw them, and they would have fun over that. Then we'd have the cattle ride, the horse rides out there. We didn't have no saddles to ride them. We just get on them and run them bareback. And we'd sing songs. We'd always sing. I guess the singing was in the family. And I like to sing my little favorite song. I had a little dog, his name was Jack. I tied his tail to the railroad track. Along come a train, a choo choo choo, and but cut old Jack's tail right half in two. And
yeah, that's a good song. Mom, what about you? How was
Well, before it moved up to Nicodemus on the town side, we had a grove, and they played baseball, and that's when we really had a ball down there. They had all those trees, and folks came from all over, from Kansas City, Salina, and our family would come in from California, and all around people would come, and it'd be a lot of people. They'd have a band at night, and they had a big platform, a dance platform out there in the grove, and at night they'd have a big dance, and all us kids, we'd get in one car and we would be dancing a while. But them old folks, they'd get out there. I call Mom and them, they was a little younger then, but they'd be out there. Mama wouldn't, she'd be in a stand cooking. It was several stands, watermelon stand, all kind of stands out there that you could eat. Had plenty of food, and boy, we had a good time. And then they bought the Ferris wheels over there. It was really nice. And then they'd go down to the ball game across the way, and that was a big thing then. I got pictures. I thought I'd brought up all the Alexander, Arch Alexander, his daddy, and Buddy, and I can't name all of them. Garl and and they all played baseball against another team, and that was really exciting. And we used to, when it rained, it'd be a washout, so we'd have to get our horses in the wagon, and we'd load on that, all us, and to go across the creek to get to the grove. And it was really, we had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun growing up out there in the country. And we go home every year, and we try to keep it alive, and this is what the young folks are doing. Out of 100, this is 142nd year celebration. I believe it's 142nd celebration. And we all try to come home every year to all meet up together, our families, because we had a big family, cousins, and some of them wasn't kin, but we all grew up together, and we try to make it back there every year. This year, they're not gonna have it like they usually have it because of all this here sickness is going around. And but we go home and sit, and they have a parade, and trucks and other cars gets in it from Hill City and different places come and get in the parade, and the Buffalo Soldiers, they perform. But now this is the only black town on this side of the Mississippi that has survived, and some of them are coming back home, buying homes and putting it in there, and they coming back, and I hope more comes back home.
So tell me one of your fondest memories.
My fondest memories that I can think of was when we
Those
had my
soldiers
mother
coming out there
and Daddy's
trying to court them.
Huh?
Some soldiers coming out there from Manhattan, Kansas, to court them. They didn't have too many men around there. And when a man comes to town, they go crazy.
Is that right?
Well, with Mama and them 50th wedding anniversary, I think about that quite often. We had about 300 people invited, and I was living here in California, and I flew back there, and I took a suitcase full of a lot of stuff, and we had a big dinner that night before, and there was a lot of people. My uncle, he did their ceremony, marrying them over again, and over at the hall, I was up, Rose Jones and I was up all night making all kinds of hors d'oeuvres for the day of the affair, and they made punch, and my brother and them and Merle, Joe and them, they slipped a little vodka in that punch, and some of them older folks got out there and was dancing. They had music going, and all they were just swinging the cat going on. They didn't know they was feeling good. They didn't know there was some alcohol in that punch, and they was just swinging a while. And the others was sitting back laughing. Because there's one of her, I could see Bernie out there now. She was swinging, but she was enjoying. She was feeling good, but they had put all that liquor in that punch.
They had the Clark Reese show they call Roseanne Clark was dead, and they put on the show. Though they do all the late ball shows. They keep their legs up in the air and take their clothes off and everything else.
But anyway, we used to have a good time, but that was a time when Mom and Dad had their 50th wedding anniversary. And I have pictures of that now, of all of her children, and Dad, Mama sitting at the table. They had a money tree, and it was a mixed crowd, white and black.
Pardon me, but I'm thinking about it. We was coming from California, and we got caught in a snowstorm on the other side of Cheyenne, Wyoming. And we got the last hotel, and we couldn't come to Nicodemus because it was too snowy. So we got the last motel, and we stayed in there all night to the next morning.
Mm.
We could go back to California, or we could go to Kansas, but going to Kansas, it was so plugged up we couldn't get through.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove back to California and got on an airplane. I didn't think I was gonna make it. And I got on an airplane and got on a plane and came on in anyway.
Mm-hmm. This is for home. That was a homecoming that you was trying to get to, not homecoming, because it was snowing, so it had to been a different time.
Huh?
It was snowing, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it had to be a different time. But that just how we like to make sure we get to Nicodemus to see family. Yeah, we did what we had to do. All right. Well, I want to thank you for this interview. And again, this is Herald Switzer and Avalon Roberson.
And I'm going to sing a little song. Or have you turned it off?
No, I haven't turned it off yet.
Okay. It's the Lord is blessing me right now. That's been kind of with me, and the Lord has been good to me. So I would just sing, the Lord is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. Well, the Lord is blessing me right now. Oh, well, He woke me up this morning. Yes, and He started me on my way. Yeah, the Lord is blessing me right now. Oh, well, the Lord is blessing me right now. But the Lord is blessing me right now. Well, thank the Lord, because God has been good. He brought me through aneurysm. They didn't think I was going to live. And then I'm in my 11th year of cancer-free. Thank God. May God bless and keep you. Love you.